All right. Are you going to puke?
No, I'm ready for this.
All right, you got to close your eyes then.
Okay.
All right, let me see if I can do it. Welcome to Armchair Expert. I'm your resident expert, Dan Shepard. I'm joined by Monica Mouse. How you doing, Miss Mouse?
I'm good.
That's good. That's a good mouse. I would imagine you've already guessed by now from that stellar impersonation that Matthew McConaughey's on the show today.
I thought you were going to do the whole thing as him.
I didn't know if I could sustain it.
That was good.
That was good?
Yeah.
All right, I might duck in and out a little bit.
Okay, great.
You know Matthew McConaughey. Who doesn't? My God, this guy is the most fun-loving, good-timing, wears it all well. Matthew McConaughey is a Golden Globe and Academy Award-winning actor, author, and producer. His credits include Dallas Buyers Club, Interstellar, True Detective, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, The Wolf of Wall Street,
Oh.
Dazed and Confused, Magic Mike. It's got a new book, Green Lights, available now. Let me give him some real service. You got to check out Green Lights. It's his new memoir, and I have read the bulk of it, and I fucking love it, as you'll hear.
He is a rare bird.
He is. He's a unicorn.
He's a unicorn.
He's a unicorn. Tweet.
That was good. That was in character. He would say something.
I feel like he would. Yeah. You'd say unicorn. He'd say tweet. And it would make sense coming out of his mouth. Anyways, man, we have a party talking to McConaughey. Thank you, Matthew McConaughey, for coming on the show. And please enjoy Mr. McConaughey. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/Dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/Dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Dax Randall.
That's a deep dive. Where'd you get the Randall?
I don't know. Yeah, I probably picked it up from my brother. Not sure exactly what it is. Spell it out. My brother does this all the time. He's like, yeah, man, who's calling? He goes, this is the PAT. Pat. Okay, thank you. Just slows everything down and spells it out.
Now, I really wanted to do this in person. In fact, I think at one point I offered to fucking fly down to Austin because you tell me if you agree. I think we have rhythm.
Well, you and I think we got rhythm too, and we both noticed that sitting in two like little wicker lawn chairs in front of a lake at a friend of ours' birthday party one morning or evening. I kind of think it was a morning.
It was a morning, and I'll tell you from my point of view what happened, which is, you know, you're a very attractive, charismatic guy, and a lot of people give you attention. So I kind of slow played you. I gave you your space Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday morning, I saw you in the morning. You just gotten out of the shower, and I said, how you feeling? And you go, I'm building towards it. I feel like shit now, but I'm around the corner from feeling pretty good.
Give me time. I know. Yeah, I've learned over the years. Don't get in a rush. The frequency will come.
What's up, Rob?
They're on. Yeah. The whole feed
God
through my
damn
ears,
it, Rob. Basically what happened is we were just about to make love, and then Rob
Don't blame Rob.
Does Rob also know that you and I could go back and say the same things, but take two always sucks compared to take one?
I don't believe myself, take two. I buy it,
No,
take
I don't
one.
either. And I do it in front of the camera, and I'll go, do they know I was bullshitting? I was fucking acting right there. I was acting. I'm always better the first time.
Me too. That's why I have to improv, because I just don't believe myself. I got to say something a little different, or I don't buy it. Okay,
I'm with
so
you.
so this me saying hello to you in the morning,
Yeah.
as I recall, built to you and I, yes, sitting on a lake. People would like, you know, they had packed up their stuff.
They were rushing out. We talked about the slow exits.
And our both of our love for long road trips. And then you told me a story about your dad that I think I've said out loud in my head probably 20 times since. And we were talking about both of our dads died of, yours died of cancer, right?
No, he died making love to my mother.
Well, yes, he did.
for him.
That's
Good
true,
for
but I
him.
can't imagine that was the cause of death, was it?
I mean, the cause of death, obviously his heart. The heart attack, his heart was unable to pump enough blood to the rest of his body to keep him alive at the time of climax. And that might have had something to do with 2.5 to 3 packs of filterless Camel's cigarettes he smoked a day, and yet still coming back to us while he smoked one and had another one already lit in the ashtray. And we go, Pop, you sure you're supposed to be smoking? He says, oh, yeah, doctor says I got the heart of a 22-year-old high hurdler.
Monica, how many times have I told you that?
Oh,
I got the heart of a 22-year-old high hurdler. It's,
my God.
yeah, it's the best reference I think I've ever heard. Back to this lake chat. Another thing was I had been dying to ask you this, you know, since I think I've been aware of you, which is at one point I just said to you, man, you have some constitution, right? Because me, you know, I haven't drank in a long time, and I couldn't handle the mornings. I had to drink in the morning, then it turned into like 3-day thing. And I see you fucking jogging every morning, and I just was like, you have the constitution I wish I could buy on a shelf.
Well, thank you. I mean, discipline, I'd say probably, some people close to me would say that would be one of my strengths. I mean, I never have been one of those people that the proverbial next day goes, oh, God, never doing that again. Well, bullshit. You are too. Hang on a second. So, and also, I'll check in the night before going, okay, what do we got tomorrow morning? You know, what's my situation here now? What do we got tomorrow morning? We don't start till 11. Hey, that's pretty easy. Oh, we start at 7. Okay, risk reward here. What are we measuring this? Look at the group. What's everyone pouring? Is this night on the way down, or are we about to switch into third gear and go up? And then I got to go, okay. And if I choose to say, okay, the rockets are going to launch here, and this could go till sunrise, I get my mind right there. I'll go head off that night, look in the mirror and go, hey, buddy, this is going to suck tomorrow morning. Now, we're going to bulldog through this. We're not going to make any excuses. We're going to get up an hour and a half early. We're going to go run and sweat this damn thing out. And tomorrow's going to be hard. But are you in? And we'll shake on it or not. And then the next morning, just go, here we go, man. Ride the baseline.
Oh, that's great.
You know?
That is great. And then I also told you a story while we were sitting there, which was a good friend of mine was with you on an island on New Year's Eve. And you guys were having a great time. And eventually you outpaced him. And he had to shut it down around, I think he said 3 or 4 in the morning. He could still hear you at the campfire and stuff. He then crawls out of bed at like 10 in the morning. And he turns on the TV to watch the UT game. And old Matthew McConaughey sitting in the fucking sidelines in Austin, Texas. And he goes, what? How did he time travel? How is he there? And he said, you looked amazing, full of energy, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. And I was like, what a constitution.
Sometimes we do need more than 24 hours in a day, but they just haven't been given any more than that, last I checked. So I'm just trying to make the tally.
Oh my God. So I'm reading your book. I'm a slow reader, but
I'm too extremely slow reader.
Truly enjoying it. You're such a good storyteller.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I've been keeping diaries for 36 years. And they end up in a treasure chest. I always have them with me next to me, daring to say, hey, one day I'm going to open those up and look at my past and see if anything's worth a damn. And I never had the courage to do it, really. I'm just too scared of it. I'm not really nostalgic. I always like to sort of move forward. Hey, don't look back. What you did, you did. And part of that's, I think, cool. And the other part of it is I was just too scared to. Mm-hmm. Embarrassment. Oh, my gosh. I was glad we forgot about that party or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's coming on 50. And I sat there and I had a few weeks. I looked over at it and that old treasure chest was barking at me and said, come on, quit talking about it, big boy. And I was like, all right. And I told Camilla, my wife, and she was like, that's exactly what you need to do. Get the hell out of here with those diaries. Go pack up your cooler and your meat and go somewhere and don't come back until you got something. And I had always thought like, hey, I'll move on. In martyrdom, maybe Camilla or a good friend will open those up. And if it's anything worth sharing, they'll do it. And that was also a kind of a chicken shit call too. So I took off with all those diaries. I went off to the desert on my own with no electricity. It's kind of the same thing on that next morning. I said, we're going to take our time here. Let's see what unfolds, what comes out of these pages. And I got this idea that it's going to be all very academic stuff. I'm really thinking, this is going to be like an educational tool. Well, after about 4 days, I'm looking at them going, that's not what this is. This is stories, people, places, prescriptions, poems, prayers, and a shitload of bumper stickers. You know what I mean? So it was philosophical, but it became much more poetic and storytelling with a much more storytelling narrative to put together chronologically than I suspected. Once I had those categories that I just riffed off to you there, the central theme that sort of exposed itself was, man, you've had a lot of red lights and yellow lights in your life, hard times or bumps in the road, McConaughey. But you found green lights in them, either by turning them into green lights, denying that there was a crisis at all in the first place, or just waiting it out and seeing how, the red light death of your father actually turns you into the man that you've become because you didn't have him alive as a crutch anymore. So over time, going through the last 50 years of my life, I just know, geez, a lot of those yellow and red lights I had turned into green lights. And been talking to people, I see that happens with a lot of people too.
Yeah.
That they will turn green for us, either in this life or the next, tomorrow or on our deathbed.
So immediately I related to you because I have kept a journal too, very sporadically from about probably 17 to my late 20s, just checking in occasionally. Mm-hmm. But then I got sober and I got kind of superstitious about, if I can't dedicate 20 minutes in the morning to writing this fucking piece of paper,
right,
how much am I really willing to put towards this goal? So I did it sociopathically for 13 years, never missed one morning.
Yeah.
But I wonder why you journaled. I journaled because I had an inflated sense of purpose. I thought I was going to be special. I wanted to document it, if I'm being dead honest.
And you were correct. Seriously.
I take these little adventures. I was on like a 6-month road trip once. I think I had fantasies of being Kerouac or something, but I was just curious, what even motivated you to write down your thoughts in your life?
I thought that I was going to be special and all those things.
Oh, good, good.
I remember being in a movie theater. I don't remember the damn movie it was. And I remember consistently in a movie theater laughing at stuff, but I was the only one laughing. And then not laughing when the whole crowd laughed. I was always I liked the subversive or the second underbelly joke or the way it was delivered. I would laugh in the pause, the pregnant pause. I was like, that's funny, and not maybe the punchline. Then I would have certain albums I would listen to or music or also films I would watch that I would cry at. Mm-hmm. And everyone else was like, what are you cry? What's the ding? I was like, you don't get that, man. Oh, and so I'd find something sad that no one's found sad. I'd get ticked off at things that other people were like, what are you mad about that for? But I wouldn't get mad at what they're mad about.
Yeah.
So I started writing this down to go, are you a unicorn here, McConaughey, or what is this? And then got confident enough to say, oh, other people feel that way too, but you need to jot these things down because this may be a window into who you are as an individual. And I want to be autonomous as I can. I don't want to just say, hey, when are we supposed to laugh? When are we supposed to cry? When are we supposed to get mad? When are we supposed to be happy? And I want to start jotting those down and sort of become a private investigator on myself.
Yeah.
And just enjoyed that. And then all of a sudden was like, whoa, if there's anybody to be interested in trying to understand, no better person than ourselves. So that became a life project. Very sociopathic about that. I did very early on notice that you typically go write in a diary when you're having trouble.
Sure.
And you're looking for an answer, right? Mm-hmm. And I learned after about 8 years of doing it, I was like, oh, okay, don't just go to this diary when you're like, oh, I need to hide out and figure something out. Make sure you take that 20 minutes when you're flying high and you're like, I got it all figured out.
Yeah.
Because there's a science to that satisfaction. So let's write down, what have we been doing? Who were we hanging out with? What were you reading? What were you eating?
But for me, it's like you also catch your ego. It's like a great time to check your ego because I'll be like ruminating on something and then I'll write it on a piece of paper and I look at it and I go, oh my God, you're repugnant. That part has helped me.
Yeah, but don't you think that's also, I don't think the ego gets enough credit. I'm a fan of ego. We don't have an ego. We don't have judgment. We don't have discernment. And there are certain things, trust me, that I've written down that I think, da-da. And I look at it the next day, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You and I mentioned it that morning and talking about, I think it's a brand of comedy that is my favorite, which is called delusional optimism.
Yes.
It's one of the best things for comedy. The delusionally optimistic character. The ones that's just like bulletproof. And you're like going, no, you're not.
Yeah, or in the Blues Brothers, right? When that woman blows up the phone booth they're in, and they go sky high, and then they come landing, and when they land, the thing breaks open. There's a bunch of quarters, and they're elated. And I'm like, oh my God, what a great response to that.
Yes, all affirmative.
Now, it's been useful to me to have that. I've only really consulted it to be helpful once in my life. I was starting a movie.
But the ego?
No,
Or
the
what?
journal.
Got it.
So I was starting a movie and I hadn't auditioned for it. I just got offered it, right? And so I kind of just was putting off in my head what I was going to do. And 3 days before the movie, I'm in a hotel room and I'm starting to think, I'm a fraud. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm terrible. And I just had the force. I just thought, I'm going to look at my journal from right before I started the movie before. I go back, I read it. I'm a fraud. I can't do this. Then I read day one of filming. I'm the best actor that's ever lived. I'm such an asset to this movie. And I was like, oh, this is just my pattern. And I'm just in fear right now. And that helped me just go like, yeah, whatever. I know where this is going to end up. But I needed to see it in writing. You know, it was helpful.
Well, and what about the fact that you also saw that, I obviously give a damn enough to believe I'm a fraud leading up because I've got butterflies. And what the hell am I doing? I'm in the unknown. I'm unbalanced. And then all of a sudden, when they put me in the game, I perform and go, you damn right.
Yes.
I'm the captain. Yes. And
Yes.
Wait, hey, better than the other way around.
Oh, God, yes.
I know a lot of people, and I've been in times in my life where the lead up, I'm like, woo, watch this. And then showed up and ate shit. And I was like, oh.
Now, your childhood is spectacular. I think I have some overlap with you, but I just want to start immediately with the fact that your dad...
You got early divorce parents, right?
I have early divorced parents. I also, Dad was a big figure, big guy. My brother had to fight him. He wanted to fight me. And he was about 9 hours out of a hernia operation. So he's got his shirt off. He's just shoved me on the bed and his stomach is just stapled together. And my excuse, I was so happy you wrote it the way you did, that you were honest, that you were scared and you weren't ready to do that because I didn't want to do it either, but I had the excuse of, I'm like, Dad, I'll fucking kill you if we fight. I'll rip your innards are going to fall out. So I always had that as a crutch to lean on, but truth be told, I wanted nothing to do with it.
No, it's something about your father.
And yours.
Saying and doing that.
Your dad was 6'4" and 265, so that's a hell of a scrap to get into.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be much of a scrap. I mean, I was, like I said in the story, I pissed my pants. Just the idea. And I said my fists were like, it would have been paper mache.
Yes.
And he offered, he put his chin out. Come on, 4 to my 1.
Oh.
And it was not even, in my mind, an option that I wanted to engage with.
Whereas your brother Rooster, who's similar size to you, he went to the end, right?
He did. Well, that was his rite of passage as he did earlier. And from that day on, him and my dad were best friends. But Dad challenged his loyalty It's in the book. He did a similar thing with me. And I would say it's sort of when he said the story to me when I asked him if I go to film school, and he goes, don't half-ass it. That was sort of him going, you stepped out of line and you're bold enough to go your own way. Well, when he was with my brother Rooster, and it's the story about going to roll the pipe, which they had always done that in their lives.
Quickly,
And now
Monica,
Dad wants.
his dad sold oil piping, and then his brother Rooster, who's considerably older than you. How much older is he?
16 years older.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
He-
Yeah.
He then too became a salesman. He starts crushing. He lands this huge account with a guy, and his dad was like, "Let's go steal some pipe," which they had done in the past.
Which they had done in the past.
Got
and
it.
Dad says, let's go steal it from this guy.
His
that
new
you
account.
just got the account for.
God. Okay.
And my brother's like, oh, now come on, man. And then all of a sudden my dad starts to think, wait, where's your loyalty, son? With me or him? And
They're pretty drunk at this point, I'll add. Yeah.
Rooster's just like, not doing it. Oh, yeah, you're not going to listen to your old man? And they got into it, and 2x4s were swung, and rock was slung, and Rooster almost knocked him out finally, and Dad couldn't see and got up to the ground, and that's when Dad cried and hugged him and was like, that's my boy.
Oh my God.
You bucked me. You bucked me. You told me no fucking way, Dad. I ain't doing it, and I'll fight you for it. And that's when my dad was like, from that day on,
Respect.
never another argument with Rooster, never like, you ought to do that. They were best buds because Rooster bucked him and said,
What a mental game.
Yep.
Now, when I'm reading your stories, man, they're so similar to mine. So my childhood was, there was a good amount of violence. There was a lot of divorces. There was, I saw my mom get beat up. And I can tell the story in a very entertaining, fun way. And I have for years. And to me, some of the shit that I think's really funny troubles other people, or it sounds very scary. And I totally respect it. But your stories, you have a sense of levity to them, and you put them in this context where it's like, yeah, it was really messy and it was fucked up, but it resulted in something I'm quite proud to have been given.
Proud of. Honored to. Yeah.
Now, within that, though, you're smart as shit. And, we've learned about ACEs, like, childhood trauma, and they have a pretty profound effect on people. Do you also have a sense that, like, yes, some of the stuff maybe was a little too rough for a human? Is it just your point of view in life that's like everything happens for you and not to you? Or have you ever considered, like, the fight you described between your mom and dad is insane. So dad comes home, he wants more mashed potatoes. Mom thinks he's a little too heavy, flips the table up in the air. She grabs a knife. She hits him in the face with a phone, breaks his nose. Like, this is the kind of story I'd tell. And at the same time, I'm going, that's a very stressful situation for a kid.
Yeah. So look, I mean, at the time, I was just a young kid, 4 years old, crying. Mom and dad are screaming at each other, fighting. I've seen where this could go. No. And the fact that 12-inch blade was pulled out probably didn't make me go, oh, this could be mortal. But it was just it heightened the circumstances, and it was, oh, no, screaming no. And now, mind you, oblivious to me. This is a great thing about my parents. It's not like they were going to become objective in their own presence and go, oh, wait a minute. Matthew's over there. Maybe we should send him to his room. No stepping out of it. If you got front row seats to the rodeo, good for you. We ain't checking your ID, no matter how old you are. Here it goes live. There was also in our family, later on, hey, can we talk to you about that time? No. You didn't dive in, because what was the last image was the green light. After they're bloody, she's swinging this blade at him. They're dancing around the kitchen. And all of a sudden, he swipes this bottle of Heinz ketchup. And she's swinging out like this, and he's like, and starts slathering her with ketchup. And dancing like a matador. Like this.
My
and he
God.
starts going, touche.
It sounds like it's out of a Bukowski story.
She's getting frustrated. She can't get him with the blade, and she's covered now with ketchup. All of a sudden, she's like, drops the knife. She's crying, and Dad, bloody nose, all going out, drops the ketchup, and then they just go whop into each other down on the floor and make love on the kitchen floor. I'm just like,
What?
So there was always, that's what they needed to communicate. Was it wild and violent in front of me and something you go, well, that's not really for 4-year-olds' eyes or anyone's eyes? Sure. But it was. You see the reverence and the honor I have at the telling of the stories. And there's unequivocal love in my family. That's what I think supersedes all of this, is the halo around any of the events. We knew we were loved. I knew Mom and Dad loved each other. I knew I was loved. My brothers knew they were loved. We had a saying, I love you, I just don't like you right now. Well, that was one of the times where they didn't like each other. My mom, to this day, goes, oh, I don't regret that fight or the other 20 of them. She goes, I needed that to communicate. I mean, my mom, whose middle finger is broken 4 times, and goes like, she's like, oh yeah, I started those fights, popping them in the head. I needed it. Well, I'm glad I don't need that like she does. I'm glad my wife Camilla doesn't need that like she does. I don't want to get into that state that my dad would have to get into with her, and I don't want that rocky of a relationship. But that it also, I think, is part of, maybe it's generational as well.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it's in a context. And so I grew up in the 70s as well. And I also grew up in a very blue collar area of Michigan where that kind of stuff was pretty regular. So you didn't feel alone or isolated or unique because it was happening to a lot of my friends and it seemed normal. So that's relevant as well, I think.
Never done any psychoanalysis on any of that stuff.
That's why I'm here.
I've worked through. I mean, I'm not in denial of it. When I tell about the love of my family, I tell about the times that we were disciplined or the times when mom and dad got in a fight. Maybe because it's so vital and so alive and it never became something that was above the absolute love and passion. And I'm not here to judge it. I'm not here to say, that's unfair and we should have called child protection. No, none of that shit. It's what I saw, and when I tell those stories, I light up. Yeah. Not in fear. On paper, like you said earlier, you go, oh no. But no, when I'm telling it or I'm writing it, my heart is swelling. I am beaming in love and pride and honor to tell those stories because they had great value in my life.
Well, and you got through them. Essence is like challenges are inevitable. How are you going to react to them?
Resilience is a big thing. I mean, if anything, that's something that is really ingrained in our whole upbringing is you get up, dust yourself, and you move on. You forgive and you forget. You don't go to bed holding grudges. You end up the fight, however bloody it is, let's make love before we go to bed. You know what I mean? Whatever I've got to beef with you, if we can't settle it tonight, forget school tomorrow. We'll stay up all damn night and deal this and work this out until you and I can hug it out and drop a tear and head off, and we will never bring this moment up again. I can't hold a grudge on you. You can't play add it up with me. If I bring up 2 weeks later, well, Dax did this. Now I'm in trouble again for bringing the damn thing up because we settled that. That was over. We've moved on from that. Pat gets busted with weed. It's violent. He lies. How's it end? We take a 35-minute truck ride across town to the best burger joint to go get burgers and shakes and to bring them home, put them on TV trays, watch TV while we eat dinner, which we never got to do unless someone got in trouble, and stay up past our bedtime and all go to bed hugging and never another word said about it. So there was great resilience and we could move on quickly. Now, the loophole in that I've found in my life is if you're so resilient that you just hop back up and get on with it quickly, you never take time to actually get introspective and go, well, why did we do that?
Yeah. How do I head that off in the future? Yeah.
We're also guilty of being repeat offenders.
Yes.
Because we just so quickly hop back up and go, yep, we're good. Instead of going like, why did I step in that hole and trip myself running downhill? Maybe I need to check that chain something next time.
Well, it will not surprise you, Monica, to learn that they were divorced twice and married thrice.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Over 39 years, yeah. I was live for one of them, and my other 2 brothers were live for the other one. We thought they were extended vacations, and they kind of were.
Well, I just want to add one last thing. I only started reevaluating some of my stuff now that I have 2 kids. Well, I just kind of look at these little kids, and I know the ages I was at when this or that happened, and I go, that'd be a lot for my kids to handle.
Absolutely. A whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be more for them to handle than it was for me to handle.
Same. But also in that for me was like this great forgiveness for my dad who kind of split at 3 where I used to hate him over it. And I look at my kids now, and by the way, it's why I loved Interstellar. Once you have kids, the notion of missing your children's life is the most saddening. That's the last movie I cried in, that movie.
Huh.
But he missed the whole thing, and the notion of missing the whole thing for me, I'd rather be dead. So it also led to like forgiveness, so I'm like critical at one point, but then also there's a bunch of forgiveness.
Yeah, those two can be part and parcel. I say this in the book. You also find out when you get older that some of who your parents were, the messenger and the message were 2 different things. Made me angry. after my father passed away and I found out certain things. I was like, wait, he didn't live by that? He taught me that. No, yes, he did. No, he actually didn't. Huh? First, it was anger. But very quickly, for whatever reason, I was able to get to, okay. Well, even if the messenger didn't follow through 100% on the message, don't forget the message, even if he did. You know what I mean? And there's a form of forgiveness in that. And it's all right to give each other a little break. Forgive each other. We're human.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything, truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We've talked before about Rob building our website on Squarespace, and I bring it up again because it's a perfect example of what they do well. Rob had all the pieces, the content, the vision, the ideas, but he needed something to actually take all that and make it public facing. And Squarespace was that bridge. Maybe you're in the same spot. You've been developing something, a business, a skill set, a body of work, and it's been private. It's been yours, but at some point you're ready to put it out there, and that transition from private to public can feel like a huge leap. Squarespace makes it feel like a step. Beautiful templates, built-in SEO, email campaigns, scheduling, analytics, everything you need to go from I've been working on this to here it is, come find me. All in one place, no code, no stitching together a bunch of different tools. So if you've been sitting on something and waiting for the right moment, this might be it. Head to squarespace.com/DAX for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DAX to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This episode is supported by Helix. All right, let's talk about something we both really care deeply about: sleep.
It's the most important thing. I've had my Helix mattress for years now, and I genuinely think it's one of the best investments you can make for your home. Mine still feels just like it did when I first got it.
Well, that's the thing. It's not one of those mattresses that caves in after 6 months. These things are built to last. And I'm a side sleeper. I ordered a side sleeper and I get hot, so I have cooling. And I can't tell you how much more comfortable it is to be in there not sweating and tossing and turning.
Cooling is really important. I've read that you're supposed to sleep a little bit cold. So I also have cooling. And they have over 20 models, so it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. You just go take their quiz and they match you to what actually works for your body.
Plus, they've got cooling upgrades, which heading into summer, non-negotiable.
Truly.
Go to helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off. That's helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/armchair. This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest all in one place.
Let's talk bank accounts for a second. The average bank savings rate is 0.39% in interest. You're earning pennies on your savings, but it does not have to be that way.
With SoFi high yield checking and savings, the money barely making moves sitting in your savings account can earn over 8 times the national average savings rate with eligible direct deposit.
No account or overdraft fees, which feels rare these days. You can get your paycheck up to 2 days early, perfect for getting ahead of a bill or grabbing what you need right when you need it.
Plus, get up to a $300 welcome bonus when you sign up with eligible direct deposit. Sign up for SoFi checking and savings at SoFi.com/armchair. SoFi checking and savings is offered through SoFi Bank N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. I want to tell a couple of the fun ones. They're so funny. So Matthew's mom enrolled him or entered him into a like Little Mr. Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, we
Little
need a
Mr.
picture of
Texas
that.
patch. Oh, there's one in the book. He is the cutest motherfucker you've ever seen. I don't want to ruin it for you, so just tell us about Little Mr. Texas.
Yeah, so we go down to Bandera, Texas. I'm like 8 years old. I got my vest on, made out of a leather vest, tassels. I got my cowboy hat. I go down there to Bandera, Texas, and we get up there and we do the questionnaire and we walk on a horse and stuff and throw a lasso. And I'm pretty good at all these things. And, win the trophy. And there's a framed picture of me with the trophy, and Mom puts it up in the kitchen wall every morning. Look at you, son. There you are, Little Mr. Texas, the one and only Little Mr. Texas. And so this going on daily, weekly, and then her introducing me. This is my son. He won Little Mr. Texas. He is Little Mr. Texas. Goes on, and now I'm just like, yeah, I'm Little Mr. Texas. Well, this goes on for,
Little Miss.
decades. Yeah, not
He
years,
grew up
decades.
thinking he was Little Mr. Texas.
Okay.
Well, I was Little Mr. Texas. I was Little Mr. Texas. Until I happened to zoom in on that trophy, name the plate on that trophy one day just a couple years ago. Runner up.
No! Oh my God!
Runner up.
Look what the gift she gave you.
Oh, and she did, and she always to this day I called her out on it just here recently. She was like, well, you were Little Miss Texas. That's something. He and his family had too much money. They were able to buy that 3-piece suit and shit for him. You're Little Miss Texas. She still denies it.
In her mind.
Yes.
Isn't that great? By the way,
Wow.
this just hit me now, but the greatest asset I was given and a big burden was my mom thought I was the second coming. She thought I shit gold. And that made me. That gave me way more confidence than I deserved. That was like the original BDE was mom
my
thinking
God.
you were the shit.
Yeah, what if you
Right?
didn't become you because of what if you just thought you were runner-up your whole life? You might not have become you.
We're not talking.
I don't know. It's more than a malaprop. It's
Little
No,
Miss.
that doesn't happen. We're at Guero's and Matthews puts our enchiladas on the table. I'm like, that guy's pretty fucking handsome. I can't
Yeah.
believe he's putting...
I wonder what happened. I wonder who is really Little Mr. Texas. We gotta find out.
he's out there. He'll come to surface.
I
Yeah.
want to do an investigative journalist piece on the real Little Mr. Texas and just see how
What's
it all
he
worked
doing now?
out.
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because his mom didn't tell him he was runner up.
No. And she probably didn't tell him that they outspent you either.
Yeah.
He's probably having a horrible guilt trip about the whole thing since then.
Okay, and then another great, really telling thing was, Matthew's in 7th grade and there's like a poetry contest.
Yes.
And he works his ass off on this poem and then he reads it to mom. And then what does mom do?
Yeah, I go back, write this poem that I'm pretty damn proud of, and show it to mom. She looks at it, she's like, yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Here, go back to your room, try it some more. I go back to my room, work real hard for another 2 hours, come back, show it to her. She looks at it, she goes, yeah, that's not bad. Here, have a look at this one. She pulls out this book, already earmarked, opens it up. She goes, read that one. I got this book and I read it and I go, if all that I would want to do would be to sit and talk to you, would you listen? It's good. She goes, you like that one? I go, yeah. That's really good and it's short. And it's
Short.
the author was Anne Ashbury, I think. She goes, like that? I go, yeah. She goes, do you understand it? I go, yeah. It's just, it's like loving somebody. Sometimes you just want to, will you take some quiet time to talk? And she goes, yes, you understand that. And I go, yeah, I completely understand. She goes, write that. And I go, But it's a seventh grade poetry contest, and I got to write mine. No, she goes, I know, but you understand. I go, well, do you want me to write that and sign Ann Ashbury? She goes, no. Listen,
No.
do you understand it for you? I said, yes. She goes, then you write that and sign your name to it.
Oh,
I go,
wow.
so I write, if all that I would want to do would be to sit and talk to you, would you listen? Matthew McConaughey. And I fucking won that contest.
Of course you did. Oh, my God.
What doc did we just watch where something like almost
what a
identical
life.
to that happened? We watched a doc recently.
I don't remember.
Oh, it was Lance Armstrong. It was Lance Armstrong because he was too young to compete in these triathlons. And so his parents just said, well, you're 18. You're 18. And so they started off with a little bit of a fib. And he fucking won those triathlons.
He
and you're
damn
like,
sure did.
okay, so all right, that's informative.
Right?
Starting off
Right?
on a very specific foot.
Oh my God, that's exactly what it was.
Mom she would be my substitute teacher. She tried to become the substitute teacher for my class. She also taught me in kindergarten. But she was the teacher that, and mind you, this is why we're sort of, in the chapter Outlaw Logic, we're like very, teach the real disciplines. If you got to do this, and you better do this, you better be honest, you better not cheat, lie, da, da, da. But damn, man, I have mom as a substitute teacher. I come home and she's like, here's the answer to that test tomorrow. It's a stupid subject. And don't even read that book. She come in there and tell me, don't shut that book. Quit studying. Here's the answer. It's a stupid subject, and you don't need to spend your time on it. Just take the answers and go make 100. And I was like, my mom, instead of being like, oh, it's harder because my mom. Mom's like, no, this subject, I don't know why they're making you study this. Don't even, just shut that book. Don't study. Here's the answers. But she was also, in kindergarten, they're studying trains. And she was like, what are we doing looking at these damn books, reading about it? Everybody, come on. Loaded up a bus, drove a bus to Amtrak, put all the kids on an Amtrak and took it to Kerrville. Didn't even ask the principal, nobody. They landed back at 8 p.m. that night. The local news is there. The parents are there. Where'd you take our kids? She's like, what? No teacher's assistant, nothing. Wrangled 20-something kids and just took them on a road. She's like, that's the best way you learn about a damn railroad track and a train. You go do it. You don't read about it. Okay.
Okay, wow. So then and I love how honest you are about it because you're just a charming motherfucker and you're handsome as hell. So you get to high school. This is a good one too. Do you mind that I'm going through all these? They're so fun.
Go for it, man.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
good. I mean, we could be talking about your whole acting career, but I think we know your acting career pretty good. Yeah,
this is more fun.
Yeah.
These are the stories of why I became an actor.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude. He's got some light acne, a couple pimples.
Sure, that's normal.
But his mother is involved in, I guess we call now a multi-level marketing company where she's selling
door to door
mink oil. At mink oil as oil of mink. Sorry. Oil of mink as a topical face solvent. So she notices that young Matthew's struggling with a couple pimples, and she says, "Son, you gotta start using this product. It's revolutionary." So he starts applying it liberally, I would assume. And
yes, and religiously. I mean, right every night, right before bed, oil of mink all over my face. Says it will bring out all the impurities.
Okay.
And then once it brings them out, they're gone. And then for the rest of your life, you have beautiful, clean, glowing skin.
Sure. So worse before it gets better.
Yes. Darkest before dawn.
Yep.
And you're a fighter. You're willing to put in the work. You've already demonstrated that.
I'm into delayed gratification. I'm up for early pain for long-term gain.
Okay. So as you might guess, the pimples are increasing in both volume and quantity.
Got a lot of impurities in there, Matthew. Keep it up.
Oh, this is great stuff. Look at all these impurities surfacing.
Oh, my God.
And they now become, I guess, cystic, right? Now you got a real problem on your hands.
I have a real problem. I'm kind of unrecognizable and yeah.
Yeah.
And so despite his mother's urging, he seeks counsel with an actual dermatologist who shits himself when he finds out Matthew's been rubbing oil of mink all over his face.
Yeah, because it's for people for 40 years and over, not a 14-year-old kid who's just going through adolescence who already has some oil coming through his pores. It's blocked all the pores completely. So for the last month, I've just swollen up and I have severe acne. And he says, if you don't get off of that and we don't get you on Accutane right now, you are 10 days away from having ice picks for the rest of your life.
Oh,
So I get on the Accutane.
Yeah. So he gets on Accutane, and now we all know that has its own side effects,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So very dry skin, cracking, all this kind of stuff. But here's my favorite part, because this is exactly what my dad would have done. His dad takes a look at this whole story, and he goes, "We got a goddamn lawsuit on our hands. They ruined this beautiful boy's face."
No.
Yes. And the dad takes him to a lawyer. The lawyer says, "I have to imagine you're in great emotional distress from this." And he's a bright boy. So
I clock Dad, and Dad's like, and I'm like, yes, high emotional distress.
he had been doing well with the ladies. Now no one will talk to him.
Of course, that's for a high schooler.
Confidence is shot.
Yeah.
And he's now recording this and asking again. I'm going to go again. Have you been under emotional distress? Yes, sir, Mr. Major emotional distress. Is your confidence down? Oh, my confidence is much lower, sir. How are you doing with like girlfriends and stuff? Well, the girls used to like me a lot more. It's like they're just not interested anymore. It's actually people look at me funny when I walk. I'm not doing near as good with the girls either. My dad and the lawyer sitting there, and the guy's like, "Oh shit, Jim, we're gonna get 50 grand off of this deal easy." I mean, look at him. He's all swole up. Can't even recognize the kid. I mean, it doesn't say a damn thing on this bottle about not giving it to adolescent kids. It should have said that. This company's irresponsible. Oh, we got 50 grand easy. All right. So I go through the Accutane. Creases the mouth, all this stuff, talk, all this, you get the dandruff, blah, 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 blah. But it works.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, in lawsuits, they go on a while. Well, about a year and a half later, now I'm a senior. The Accutane's worked. Skin's great.
We're back.
I get called in for the deposition now with the defense attorney. Right back in Jerry Harris's office, same office, where he's like, 50 grand, you're all swelled up, look at you. So now I'm in there, and the guy across the table, he sits there and he goes, "Oh, my God, you poor, poor boy. So emotionally distressful, wasn't it?" And I'm like, I can't believe he just used our term. He's lobbing me a softball. I'm going to hit this out of the park. I'm like, yes, heavy emotional distress, sir. My confidence was low. He's like, "Oh, I bet it was. I bet you weren't doing near as well with the girls." I was like, "No, sir. I can't believe he asked me that question, too. He's teeing me up." I'm like going, "No, horrible. Girls wanted nothing to do with me." He's, "Oh, and all that." Then you got that dandruff. I was like, "Yeah, it was horrible." And I'm sitting there thinking, this is the worst defense attorney in the world. He's just played all in my hands. We got this guy. We're going to get 50 grand or more. Yeah. He reaches on the table and pulls out this green yearbook. Opens it up, turns it around, slides it in front of me, and goes, "Who's that?" I look down, and there in this picture was myself next to a very pretty girl named Camisa Springs. Across her chest, she had a sash that said "Most Beautiful." Across my chest, there was a sash that said "Most Handsome."
Oh, wow.
That year, I won Most Handsome. So all of a sudden, it hits me. I'm like, fuck. We blew it. The case is done. And I looked up at him, and he goes, "So emotionally distressful. Huh."
Oh.
And I was like, it's over. And the case was thrown out. And my dad went on for freaking a year going, "God damn you, boy. I'm telling you, we got a case. We're going to make 50 grand, and you got to go off and win goddamn Most Handsome. Damn it."
Why didn't you sandbag that? Wear an eye patch for a year. Jesus, son.
Yeah. Oh, I blew
Dude,
it.
that kind of brought me back to, so my dad, too. My dad was involved in many a lawsuit. And then another thing was he had all kinds of businesses. And one of them was, you couldn't call it selling it. It was under a charity guise. And it was a Hugs Not Drugs workbook that would be distributed to children to keep them off drugs. So when I was 15, he kind of wrangled me into this, and he wanted me to start making calls to try to get donations from people. And if people donated, they got a little ad in the Hugs Not Drugs book, right? And it escalated to me actually going to like Rotary Club meetings at 15 and lying and telling these people that I had had a really bad history with drug abuse, and that if I had this Hugs Not Drugs book, I wouldn't have seen all those dark days.
And your dad was in on this story?
Oh, yeah, he helped me craft it. So I was touring Oakland County making these really impassioned speeches about how wayward I was and how I would have been saved if I had had this Hugs Not Drugs workbook. And I crushed. I sold so many full-page ads. Matthew, that book never made it out. I think we sold a bunch of ads, and I'm not sure that there was ever a distribution of the books.
Also, how ironic. Because now you
It
can
is-
really
it's
tell
very
the story
ironic,
is
yeah.
real.
But I
great.
don't know that the Hugs Not Drugs book would have helped.
I mean, I love it. Yeah, I love how our parents, solicited us to like go, yeah. We're going to using you to make some cash, son. Come on now.
Well, I grew up with a different kind of ethic, which is like by hook or crook, we got to get some money.
Child labor. Oh, that's great. That reminded me of the one where my dad was out with a bunch of his friends at a ranch. They were having who could pee the highest contest.
Yeah, let me break this down.
Oh, yeah, this is news to me.
Okay, so what they would do is they'd stand against the wall, then they put a little line over their head, and they had to pee over their own head, basically. It was a shootout.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his dad was 6'4", so that was an impressive height.
Sure.
That was the second tallest height, though. There was another guy there, a guy, Fred Smithers, who was about 6'7". And so Dad had won the 6'4". No one could pee over his head. But then nobody could obviously pee. No one could go higher up to 6'7". They couldn't get that high. And they were like, Fred Smith was like, ain't nobody can piss over my head. And then my dad gets an idea because he's got his eye on this little miniature dirt bike in the corner. And he goes, my son can. And he goes, what? No way. And Dad goes, yeah, he can. Well, Dad had to drive 112 miles back home at whatever 1 a.m. to pick up my brother, Pat, wake him up out of bed. And of course, what do you do when you're a kid and you wake up right in the middle of the night? You got to go pee. Dad's like, no. Come on. Hold on to it, son. Put him in the truck. Gave him a beer and said, you just sip on that and fill that bladder up. Well, 112 miles back, it's now about 5 a.m.
Oh, my God.
Pat's in his underwear, and Dad shows up, and they're all kind of hanging out, just still about to go to sleep. Says, get up, wake up, boys. Here it is. My son's going to piss over your head, Fred Smithers. Fred steps up there, puts a mark, and Pat gets over there. Clears it by about 5 inches. Because what he had bet with Fred Smithers that I didn't add to the story was he goes, I'll bet you that little motorbike that my son can do it. Why did he do that? Because Pat was asking for a motorbike for Christmas, but my dad couldn't afford it. So child labor.
Hook or
Full
crook.
stunt. He loaded up the motorbike, took it home. Pat got a motorbike for Christmas.
And he
God,
wagered
it's
his pickup
kind
truck.
Of sweet.
Yeah, it's a
It's
mix.
very
It's a mix.
sweet.
It's a mix of child abuse and super
Yes,
sweet.
yes, exactly. Wow, mixed messages.
Okay, so you graduate from high school. Matthew's mother suggests that he go study abroad before he goes off to college. And so the Rotary Club says, yeah, we'll do this. We'll send you down to Australia. You can do a year in Australia. There's one thing. All these people we send want to come home in a couple months. They're lonely, whatever. They come home. So you got to sign a contract that says you are not leaving within that year.
I'm not going to sign a contract to say I'm not leaving the year. I'm telling you, I'm going for the year. I'm not going to sign it. This feels weird to sign thing. I'm going for years. Like, no, so I'm telling you, everyone wants to come back. Everyone says they're going to go for the whole time. But they all want to come back, so you need to sign this. I says, look, I'm not going to sign it, but I'll shake on it. I'm going for a year. That's my full intention. He agrees. So next thing you know, I'm on a plane headed off to Australia.
Really quick, can I just say what your fantasy is of what's
Yeah,
awaiting
well, I picked Australia. They offered Australia and Sweden. All right, so I'm sitting there going, beaches, waves, Elle McPherson, English speaking, Australia. It is. Good day, mate. Here we go. Right? Yeah, down under. All right. So, bam, I'm off. Here we go. Now, I've got a family that's going to be my host family. And their note, we're so good, so glad to have you come over here, Matthew. We've got a great little spot here on the outskirts of Sydney. It's beautiful. We've got sunny beaches. It's just great. You're going to love it. Wow, Sydney, metropolis, major city, all those. Elle McPherson's probably there somewhere. Sure, we're going to surf. Here we go, man. Well, I show up and get off the plane, and this family, you help me with what details not to do, because it's a 43-minute story if I tell it full.
Okay. The Dooleys meet him. And how old's the boy? They have a son. How old is he?
He's about 26.
Okay. And they start driving.
My little brother.
Yeah, they're excited. It's
bet.
his new little brother. And they start driving, and all of a sudden, Matthew notices that the skyline of Sydney is pretty far in the rearview mirror. And
Okay.
but okay, I still see the beach. Then they get to another town. Maybe it's 70,000.
boy.
He thinks this is it. Nope.
Cool.
We still got a little while later. Oh, okay, well, this is getting a little dicier. Now we're in a town of 12,000. They've now said that's where they basically live. And as they go through that town, he's thinking, okay, well, I can still see the beach. And they go, it's a little bit further. They end up in a town of 800 people, completely inland, not by the beach.
305.
Population 305.
No.
And these people are fucking weird. They are fuck, dude. It sounds like a horror movie.
Oh, no.
It sounds like a horror movie. The dad is tiny and rotund. He wants to act posh and elevated and smart. And he tells Matthew, why don't you make us dinner? And he says, great, I'm going to make you guys hamburgers. And he goes, I'm not going to make you hamburgers. I'm going to make you cheeseburgers. Because the man who invented the hamburger was smart, but the man who invented the cheeseburger was a genius. The man immediately takes him to his office and he points to a picture of Winston Churchill and he says, Matthew, that man's a genius. And he doesn't want you using that word.
Yeah. I would like you to, from now on, in your duration of your stay here in our household, you learn to appreciate fine wines, fine cheeses, and not to voice your opinion for the masses.
What?
And I go, which part? He goes, a while ago, you stated, did not question, stated that the man who invented the hamburger was smart, but the man who invented the cheeseburger was a genius. Matthew, that is merely your opinion. And I went, oh, okay. Cultural difference with me. It's a phrase. Speech. Matthew, as I said, well, Mr. Dooley, it basically means I like cheeseburgers more than hamburgers. As I said.
Oh,
do you understand? And I'm like, wow, what's going on? Okay, yeah. Well, quite a few other things happened after that were.
It gets weirder and weirder. And let me say one of the things that's probably sensitive, but the 26-year-old boy also has a girlfriend.
There were. Did she have a crush on me, or did the mother kind of want us to have a crush on each other in front of their son, who's 26, in front of everybody? And got the whole family lined up one day, Saturday, and they're about to leave. And I'm washing dishes, and I get called in the room. They go, give her a kiss goodbye.
Oh, God.
Give her a kiss on the lippies.
Ew.
I'm like,
so hold on, really quick. Just 2 weeks ago, I was explaining to Monica that in New Zealand and in Australia, they love baby talk.
Oh,
So
yeah.
kissies, I just was excited.
that's true.
You're now kind of
Lippies.
confirming they
Yeah.
love to do it ease at the end of things. Okay.
yeah. So, and this was in the room with her and her boyfriend.
The boyfriend, yeah.
Your brother.
Their son. My big brother. And it was just, it was off. It was rude. I'm confused. What's going on? Does she have a crush on me? Or wait, is the mother trying to set up a situation here? Is this just a bad joke going wrong? Whatever.
Ugh.
Anyway, I handled the situation in as cool a way as I could with myself and her. And she thanked me for it. And I was okay. But again, I was like, what was that? What was that? All this time, I'm telling myself after every one of these situations, okay, McConaughey, it's culture differences. This is cultural differences. So I keep taking the high road. I'm not judging anyone. Until the night came, this is about 5 months in, over dinner, 5:30, where we had dinner every night. Now, mind you, by this time, I don't think I'm going insane. But when I look back, my diaries, I was kind of going insane.
And let me just say, this is the part I really related to you with, because my year in Santa Barbara, I just up and said, I'm going to be fat-free. And I just started jogging.
Right.
And I don't know why I got down to like 158. I'm 6'3". I looked insane. Like I was so out of control that I just wanted to control whatever I could.
Some sort of reachable discipline to accomplish a day to keep your fucking sanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm running 6 miles a day. I've decided I'm going to be vegetarian. I don't know how to be vegetarian, so I basically eat a head of iceberg lettuce a night. I get a knife, a fork, a head of iceberg lettuce, and a bottle of ketchup. Put it on the iceberg lettuce and cut, and that's my deal. I'm celibate. I'm celibate. I've decided now that when I leave this year here, I need to go to South Africa and help free Mandela. That's my calling. And then after that, I'll become a monk.
Even though you went there for Elle Macpherson. So things really took a turn.
Elle Macpherson is way in the rearview mirror right now.
Yeah, you were going to be Foster's, Surfboards, and McPherson, and now you're going to Tibet.
Wow.
The first letter back home was, hey, Mom, Dad, throwing some shrimps on the Barbie. Love you, Matthew. Now I'm writing like 16-page letters in this very minute writing with way too many adjectives and adverbs, just imploding, right? I don't notice it. And I've got 3 albums I'll listen to. Maxi Priest, In Excess, Kick, and a YouTube's
Rattle and Rum.
Rattle and Hum, one of the great albums of all time.
First CD I ever owned.
Really?
Yep.
Damn good choice. Good choice. So here's my ritual every night. Now, mind you, this is still when I don't think anything's wrong. We eat dinner at 5:30. I clean up the dishes. Then I, as fast as I can, get back to my bedroom and bathroom. I'm reading a lot of Lord Byron. I get in the bathtub nightly, read Lord Byron, listen to my rattle hum, jack off. Nightly ritual.
Have a yank.
Work it out.
Yeah.
But hey, everything's cool. Nothing's wrong.
Oh my
Nothing's wrong
gosh.
with it.
Yeah. You're thriving.
And right. It's
Yeah.
sweat. I'm doing great. I'm in the honey hole.
You are opening up your cultural horizon infinitely. Yeah. You went down there to get worldly, and your fucking world became a pinprick.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, extreme close up. So I think I'm fine. Cultural differences, yeah. And I'm not even halfway through this year trip. And one night I get this at the dinner table. Matthew, we've decided that for the duration of your stay here in Australia, you will refer to us as Mum and Pop.
Isn't this a horror? This is a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I take the high road and I go, well, thank you for thinking of me that way. And I remember, you'll love this, Dax. I remember saying this line, and I remember it clearly in my mind, like thinking I needed to give that comment some more context. I go, well, thank you for thinking of that way, but I've got a mom and dad. And they're still alive. I remember throwing that little if I just throw that word in, that'll win the argument. They'll understand if I say, and they're still alive.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, and by the way, now you understand, right? Well, anyway, and anyway, they'd as I said, for the duration of your stay in Australia, you referred to as Mum and Pop. Well, I got up, cleaned the dishes, made sure to go call everyone their name, not Mom and Pop, when I said goodnight. And the next morning, my alarm clock was a howling, shrieking voice of Mrs. Dooley screaming, "He won't call me Mom."
Can you believe this?
So,
Oh my God, this is so horrifying.
I go, to her, and I really liked her. She was a really caring lady, and I go to her and put my arm around her, and then we just have a cry fest, and I'm going, man, you got your sons, you wouldn't want them calling anyone mom and dad, you wouldn't want me, and we cried it out and hugged it out.
You're 18 and you're comforting an adult.
Yes.
Anyway, went through the year, finally got the
Well,
curse
real quick. He eventually, thank God, went to the Rotary Club, I assume, and said, I'd like to try another thing. Not because I don't love it, but I just want to have as many experiences as I can.
I didn't sell them under the bus or anything, and I just said, look, I'd love to. Is there any other families that could take me in? I got a year here. Could I maybe think, And it was tough times over there. The economy wasn't great. You take in another exchange student, you got another mouth to feed, but let me check into it. Well, the guy who had managed the bank that I worked at earlier as a work experience job agreed. I liked it. His family liked me. I liked them. They took me in.
Hold on. There's one great thing. So he gets cleared to leave, and then he tells his host family, the Dooleys, that he's going to leave.
How is that going down?
And they just basically ignore it for a day or two. They don't bring it up. And
ignore it for 4 days. So this comes up. We agree on this, that I'm going to move out. Mr. Dooley agrees. Me, Mr. Dooley, and the president of the Rotary talk. It's brought up in the Thursday night Rotary meeting on a microphone in front of everybody. Dax and Matthew's going to be leaving the Dooleys, going to move over with the so-and-so. And everyone, hey, and thank you to the Dooleys for paying such great hosts. Yay, thank you. And thank you to the so-and-sos for taking Matthew next. Yeah. Now, then we meet afterwards, hug out, shake hands, see you Tuesday. The guy who's going to pick me up that I worked with at the bank is going to pick me up Tuesday at 6 p.m. Great, all set. Then I ride home with Mr. Dooley. Not a word is said about me leaving. We get home, next day, not a word said. Dinner, silence the next day. Not a word said. The family knows now, but not a word said. The next day, that was Thursday, so Friday, nothing said. Saturday, nothing said. No group over for the family to come over for a goodbye dinner for our exchange student, Matthew. No, none of that. No one's there, just our family. 5:30 dinner, nothing said. Sunday, again, nothing said. Monday, not a word is said. It's just silence. I'm getting the silent treatment. And not one word of, oh, you're leaving. Tuesday night is come up. Tuesday, we're at dinner. My final sit down with the Dooleys. I've got my iceberg lettuce and my ketchup. Talking, here we go. I've been packed since last Thursday night. Now, I packed up that night when I got home once we agreed. And I'm just sitting there going, this is so weird. I go back to my room after we eat. It's about 5:45. I've cleaned up. I'm quadruple checking my bags, man, make sure I got everything, which I do. And all of a sudden, I get a knock on the door. Open it, and there's Mr. Dooley. Matthew, we have decided that the duration of your stay, you'll be staying with us. So unpack your bags. You'll be staying with us for the duration of your stay in Australia. Again, I take the high road.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Dooley, thank you
Oh, my God.
for offering your home and your family. Y'all been great, and it's my year over here. I just want to make sure I get with other families to have a different experience. As I said, unpack your bags. You'll be staying with us for the duration of your stay here in Australia. Well, I fucking lost it. I threw a left hook through the door, and it was a plywood door. I remember my arm going all the way through the other side. And I ripped it out, and the plywood had cut my arm all up, and I had blood running all down and wood shards and shit here. And I'm just freaking shaking. Probably got a piss spot just started on my crotch. And I sat there and I said, Mr. Dooley, you get your fat fucking ass out of my way right now, or I'm going to take you out the fucking back door and drag you down your gravel driveway, and you're going to be pulling fucking rocks out of your back for the rest of your fucking life. Turned around and scampered off down the hallway. And I'm going, what the fuck, man?
Oh, he found your breaking point.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I found my break point. I'm wiping sweat off my brow, go clean up my arm, pull the shards out, going, what's going on? All about it is beep, beep, beep. I look at 6 o'clock. Guess who's here to pick me up?
Yeah.
My next family. I get my fucking bags. I go down the hallway, past that office where he took me to tell me you talk to Winston Churchill, and down through the living room, out the kitchen, through the garage, into there, and there's my man, Mako, and who's there to pick me up in his Land Cruiser. And around him, glad-handing and hugging and drying tears, is the Dooley family.
Oh my God.
Is it?
And I roll my bags up, and they help put them in, and they're like, oh, you're such a great young lad. Oh, God, this experience has been great. We're going to miss you so much. And I'm going, yeah. Y'all too, man. You know what's going on? And even Mr. Dooley's drying a tear, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're going to miss you.
Man.
I get in the car, we drive off. They sit at the top of the driveway, wave all the way to her back on the highway, and I'm like, what the fuck? Now,
Wow.
cut to 5 months later. It's my last night in Australia. The last 5 months were much easier.
And less acid trippy.
Yeah, less Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I never found L, but still, everything went well. I still maintained being celibate, actually, and came off the old iceberg lettuce and ketchup diet a little bit, and ran 3 miles instead of 6, put on a little bit of weight, and still thought I might be going to South Africa to help free Mandela, but thought that maybe a monk wasn't my way in life because I wanted to communicate like people again.
Yeah.
So we're around the last night doing what we always did, drinking port wine, playing guitar, reading Woody Allen's Side Effects, laughing our ass off, telling stories. And all of a sudden, one of the families that I'd stayed with, they were all friends. The last 3 families I stayed with were all friends. One goes, hey, Maga, how in the bloody hell did you stay with the Dooleys that long? I was like, what are you talking about? What? And he's like, oh, yeah, man. Well, they're mine, man. How'd you do that? I'm like, what? They start laughing. I'm aghast going, you knew?
Yeah.
You knew? And they laugh even harder. Now we're all rolling around, and I start laughing, and I was like, was this a big Aussie prank?
Was this a 6-month bit?
Wow.
I say it in the book. I mean, was I in a crisis? Sure. But I was denying there was a crisis. And there's great value in that. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now if I didn't have that year and that 6 months with those Dooleys. I was in high school, rolling, popular, had money in my pocket, a 4 handicap.
Little Mr. Texas.
Little Mr. Texas. You still think you're Little Mr. Texas.
Still think I'm Little Mr. Texas, right? And then all of a sudden, I run into a great amount of resistance and am forced to go inward because I have no crutches, I have no friends, I have no cars, I got no girlfriends, I got nothing.
Damn.
And I'm there at the Dooleys, imploding. But it was good overall, and I honestly know that I would not be sitting here now if I did not have that year over there.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This episode is brought to you by ServiceNow. Look, I have my dream job. I get to talk to folks I admire like crazy and ask them virtually any question that I want to. I can't imagine a better way to spend my time. But even dream jobs have some not so dreamy parts, the stuff that gets in the way of the actual work. Now, that's where ServiceNow's AI specialists come in. They don't just tell you what you should do about your busy work. They actually do it, start to finish. Cases closed, requests handled, no extra work for you. So you and your team can focus on what matters most, which for me is, are they obsessed with male bodies on the same level as I am?
They never are.
To learn how to put AI to work for people, visit servicenow.com. This episode is brought to you by the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. From the world and creators of The Big Bang Theory comes a new comedy series. Stuart Bloom, comic book store owner and lovable underdog, accidentally breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard and kicks off a full-blown multiverse Armageddon. Now, he's on a mission to put reality back together alongside his girlfriend Denise, a geologist named Bert, and physicist Barry Kripke. Along the way, they're running into alternate universe versions of characters you already know and love. Check out the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, now streaming exclusively on HBO Max with new episodes Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscription required. We are supported by Walden University. You know that feeling when you've been thinking about making a move, going after the degree, the promotion, the thing you keep telling yourself you'll get to someday? Walden University is built for that moment. For over 50 years, Walden has helped working professionals get the W, the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence to create real change in their careers and communities. Their programs are designed around your life, not the other way around. With Tempo Learning available in select programs, there are no rigid schedules or set weekly deadlines. You move at your own pace. And Walden's faculty aren't just academics. They're practitioners who bring real-world experience into everything they teach. From your first class to career coaching and beyond, Walden is your partner the whole way. Take the first step and learn at a pace that works for you. Visit waldenu.edu. Walden University. Set a course for change. Certified to operate by Chev.
Triple shot half-calf oat milk 2 pumps extra foam. Your coffee order might be getting a little complicated. Your toothpaste doesn't have to be. Arm & Hammer Baking Soda toothpaste keeps it simple with a powerful ingredient that works hard for you. Baking soda. That's why it's the #1 dentist-recommended baking soda toothpaste. As you brush, the baking soda particles dissolve to help break down plaque and stains for a whiter smile. So your teeth can feel clean, look bright, and make brushing a no-brainer. Try Arm & Hammer toothpaste. Simple, powerful, clean.
Now I do just want to touch down on a couple things, which is you more than anyone in a very applaudable way. You've jagged left, you've jagged right. I think you've evaluated and you're like, this was good. Now I'm going to take a completely different mountain. I see that peak. I'm going to try to climb that. I just wonder, what is it that you learned there that has allowed you to go from my favorite performance, Albatos is packing a 454 with 411 out back.
Yeah.
You know, to take that role and make it what it was and then have this, time to kill experience and then be in a ton of hugely successful romantic comedies and then go like, okay, now I want to do something else. Those are all hard things to pop out of and pop into other things. And so you have some resilience. And I'm curious, what is the process? And more importantly, in those periods just before you made these left or right turns, were you feeling humbled by it or were you feeling scared? Like, what were those feelings that led up to those big jags?
A lot of fear, but a lot of sleepless nights, not sleeping well with the life that what I was doing, say work-wise, or where I was heading. So a lot of fear from that. Because I go between, I'm sure like you, man. I mean, on one hand, I'm so damn thankful.
Oh, yeah.
In this position. So on one hand, I'm going like, who the hell do you think you are to even be thinking like, oh, I want to get out of this? You're successful at what you do. You're making money. Look at where you live. So on one hand, I'm that. On the other hand, I'm like, well, no, what? No, wait a minute. I still respect that. I'm not being disrespectful to where I am.
Right. You're not being ungrateful.
No.
Right.
And I'm not going to be arrogant with it, but I know I want something different and I want to try and get it. And either I can go to it or like I did before I took the 2-year hiatus with no work when I got off of romantic comedies. If I can't get what I'm going toward, I'm going to, by process of elimination, stop doing what it is that I am doing and what is coming to me. Yeah. So I've had phases where I didn't rebrand. I unbranded by just going, I'm pressing full stop. Yeah. And I'm out. No one sees me. No one knows where the hell I am. So all of a sudden, 2 years later, McConaughey becomes a good idea, a new good idea. I've been pretty good when I look back at saying, I got to get the hell out of here because I got to hear myself think. I don't know who's wagging who. Whatever happens, I don't care if I fail at this career or what. I need to be wagging the dog and not the tail wagging me.
Yeah. It's almost like the analysis of when to leave a party, right? You're like, okay, that person's out of the party. That person's out of the party. I'm still standing here. It's either time for me to find a new party or I'm going to be the last one standing here.
Yeah, well, and the hard part for me probably in particular is that my greatest strength is resilience, and I can look around at those people at the party and go, why'd they quit so soon? So I'll stick with something, and go,
Sure.
I'm going to. So sometimes it's bowling through to the other side, just persisting and enduring. I'm going to keep my head above water until I come out the other side, and things will change for me. Sometimes it's like, no, I'm going to back up. I'm going to readdress this. I'm going to pivot and make a different decision. And there will be consequences that come with that, and consequences that come with the persistence part too. I think as much as acting celebrity, that's never for 1 second inside of me been like, oh, that's who you are. Oh, that's your identity. That's your existence. That's what I mean when I say where Just Keep Living comes from. I mean, that's our right as humans first. Maybe it's the spiritual side, maybe it's a family side, maybe it's self-respect side of going, hey, are you being as true as you can to you right now, McConaughey?
Okay, so what I really relate to is like I'm from a family of hustlers. My dad was a car salesman. My mom started as a janitor, built a business. Like I'm all about the hustle. So yes, I've been in these moments where I'm like, you got a much nicer house than you were ever supposed to have. You got the cars you weren't supposed to have. So shut the fuck up. But then I also am addicted to challenges. That's really what I'm addicted to is I like that. That's the soul feeder is the, I do that?
That's it. Right. And let me go try it out. And then I'll know if it doesn't work, I can look in the mirror and go, yep, guilty. If it does work, I can also look in the mirror and go, yep, guilty. That's a great feeling. It's the unknown. When you're being wagged and you're like, how did I end up here? I'm not feeling any demarcation between events. It all feels like one thing and my feet aren't really on the ground. That limbo.
It is a gilded cage, right? So what you're getting offered in that point in time is very hard to turn down if you have the background that you had or that I had, which is like, who the fuck am I to say no to that many zeros?
My family said that to me. Not Camilla, but my blood family.
Yeah, and if I do, will I ever get those amount of zeros thrown my way? Because I've been seen as ungrateful and all these things. And did I jinx myself? Did I get cocky?
Why did I jackknife my situation? It was going well. So everyone out on the outside would go, you are catching green lights. But then that's for each of us only each of us can answer what our own personal green light is,
Would I be right from the outside to say that it's kind of Wolf of Wall Street, that's the breakthrough to where you wanted to go creatively as an actor?
Well, the first thing that came through was 20 months of dry. No offers came through, nothing. First, it was just romantic comedies that I said no to, and then it was just nothing for a year. And then the first thing that came my way was, I think, Killer Joe, maybe it was Lincoln Lawyer, but I think it was that little run, Killer Joe, Paperboy, Magic Mike, Mud, Wolf of Wall Street, then Dallas Buyers Club, which I had control of Dallas Buyers Club, just no one wanted to make it with me.
Yeah.
And then it was a run there of like, oh, there's the dramatic fare that I want. I talk about it in the book. I mean, the romantic comedies were great. They were fun. It just got to where I felt like, oh, I'd read them and I'd go like, oh, I could do this tomorrow morning. And that's cool. I don't know if I wasn't getting complacent, but I was just wondering, I didn't know how to do any more real work that would make me go, oh. And that's the theory I've got in the book about the art of running downhill. There's a lot of times where when it's easy, we should be damn appreciative it's easy and go, do not make this straight line crooked, bro. You're rolling downhill. Do not trip yourself and face plant. And you're also making a living doing this and you enjoy it. Don't get all heady on this situation.
Yeah.
There's other times where we go, I need a little resistance here. I need some gravity here. I need to run up against something so I can mold something different of myself. So it's a fun one to measure in many, many different circumstances.
Well, I think I told you when we were sitting by that lake, Mud for me that's probably my favorite movie of yours. There's something about it. I think from where I grew up, and there's a Badlands kind of vibe to it. It's so great. Everything's so patient, understated, real, no hurry. It's so awesome.
That's a very special film to me, and probably I know it's one of my favorite, maybe my favorite, because my dad's he moved on in 93, 5 days after I started my first role in Days Confused, which was kind of serendipitous that his life overlapped with me starting the first thing that would be more than a hobby.
Yeah.
But Mud, I've always seen my dad, and I see him when I daydream many times, coming to me and going, hey, buddy, you seen this movie, Mud? I'm like, no, sir. He said, oh, come on, we're gonna watch tonight. It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I can just hear him with his arm around me saying, oh, it's a good one.
Yeah.
And that gives me tingles.
So let's piss some people in Austin off right now by talking about how great it is. Because every time I do, people get pissed. Hey, you're going to make more people live here. Maybe I'm lying to myself. I feel like if I could, that's where I would live. There's something there. It's Barton Springs. It's barbecue. It's liberal hillbillies. I don't know what about that place, but the second I step foot down there and I see the grass growing up between the concrete and all the cool manhole covers, they're all different from different times. Everything about it, I'm like, yep, this is where I'm supposed to be at all times.
It's the people there. It is that mix. It's the blueberry and the tomato soup of Texas. That freedom and progressive thinking that Austin has, next to the backbone being the capital, traditional legislation, and surrounded by a vertebrae of red counties, is part of what makes it beautiful. If it was surrounded by more blue, I don't know that Austin would be the place it is.
You're right. There is a unity there.
And at the same time, it's a come one, come all you got to do is be yourself place. It's not saying stay out red counties.
No,
It's
right.
going, no, we're still wearing boots and scraping shit off our boots in Austin too. You know what I mean? So it's a great push-pull with the university. So you got 50,000 students right here at an institution which has youth coming up, liberal arts, questioning things, progress. And across the street, you've got the Capitol. And there's the suits and ties and the backbone of a legislation that has been around for a long time, tradition. And where those two reach out and engage and play is the honey hole. You know what I mean? That push-pull. If the Capitol wasn't there and we weren't surrounded by the residents, our identity could sort of pander out and become a little too obtuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a weird, wonderful yin-yang that is just palpable when you get there. My last question for you. So I have many times on here expressed deep gratitude that I don't have sons. I am so glad that I don't have to be in the position where I tell the son, listen, you're just going to have to knock that motherfucker out. I'm sorry, you're getting picked on. You can get picked on the next 8 years, or you can blast this dude once in the nose and that'll be that. I don't want to be a part of that cycle. And yet I don't know what other advice I could give. And I also don't want to fight my son when he's 18. I'm so informed by my childhood that I don't know how I would transition into this world I certainly want my kids to live in. So I just wonder, with you having boys, how have you set that course?
Great question, because I'm in process on that, obviously. My sons are 12. The one that came in and brought me the yogurt a minute ago, 7. And then they have a sister in the middle. I would say that is one way. Right there. They have a sister in the middle. In some form or fashion, boys, you're going to be younger, Livingston, you're going to be older, Levi, and you're going to be in the same school a lot of times. Y'all look out for your sister in whatever fashion that she's your sister. Now, you got to look out for each other as well and yourselves, but that's your sister. Look out for her. And you're going to know the boys that like your sister. Now, you be real honest. Do you condone? Do you approve? Because we're going to go to you. When your sister gets first date, I'm going to go to you. You know that boy. Is he a good young man? Is he worthy of taking your sister out? So giving him a sense of that is one. You know, I've got one child that is very much a pacifist, that he's going to turn wants to turn the cheek every time. With him, I have to lean in with going, hey, that's beautiful. At the same time, people will try and take advantage of that and will sit there and keep pushing it if you don't stand up for yourself and fight back. And so there will come a time probably on that proverbial playground, you're going to stand up and physically do something, or I've said this and it's happened before. You know what your answer is to that kid on the soccer field that's picking on you? You go down right now and score on his ass. And just when you go by, don't gloat, or you go guard him. Tell your coach you want to guard him.
Yeah.
And then beat him.
Yeah.
And beat him. And don't say a word. Do that as your version. The other child is much more physical. And of him, he's more the one I'm going to like going, you don't have to hit everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can talk some of these out too.
Yeah, you can, and he's by no means a brute or a bully, but he's much more physically confident and would be the one that would much more quickly go, oh yeah? Yeah, and you see them work it out between themselves a lot too, though. Especially in these COVID times where we're not on the playground with everyone in the school physically. You see them work it out. I mean, our youngest one has tested our oldest one because he's actually more physical and will come at you harder. And the oldest one is faster, though, and a little smarter at things. And I'm talking to him like, all right, if you don't want to engage with Livingston on the physical side, just outwit him.
Yeah, judo him. Judo him.
You know, and so just tee it up to where you trick him. And he'll be like, oh, how'd you get the last piece of cake? I thought I said, because I knew where to put it or whatever that is. So, I mean, I'm still navigating year by year, day by day with them. And as I'm told, it's about to get all more complicated because those teens come up. And we'll see.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to get that oil of mink out.
Oil of mink out, baby.
Start conditioning that skin. Get it glowing.
Well, that's, another big question here, and you know this, man, in being in the affluent positions we're in, coming from similar backgrounds where we had different resistance and given to us in different ways, from where we live to what we drive to how we were raised, disciplined, everything else. How do we give our children the right amount of resistance to be autonomous individuals? Because if we're saying yes all the time and going, yeah, just use all this influence, it's just who we are, it's how life is.
Yeah.
We're doing them a disservice.
I know. I think about it all the time. I'm like, I look at my kids, I go, they got a goddamn swimming pool in their backyard. I knew one kid in my town with a swimming pool.
Yeah, how can you tell me, what do you mean you're bored? You're bored? Well, that's good. Now go figure it out, and you're not turning on the tube. Whatever that is.
Yeah. I also think like, oh my God, like I grew up somewhere where I wanted to go somewhere. There was a Shangri-La, and I wanted to visit, but they're already here. So I'm like, I don't know, where are they going to want to go? It's all interesting.
And at the same time, we want our children to own the affluence that we have.
Yeah.
Don't do any false modesty like, no, my dad and mom aren't. They're not. No, yes, we are.
Yeah.
Keep your chin high. When someone says, oh, I bet you live in big house. So don't get shy and go, oh, don't feel guilty about this. Own it.
Yeah. And acknowledge your privilege and know that you've got a responsibility to help people. That's that. I had a responsibility to try to go get all this shit. Now you got a responsibility to help other people who don't have this shit.
Yep, and take it up a notch in another way. But what do you know? We talk about this a lot of times in our family. We all want relevance, but we need to ask ourselves first, relevant for what? And what's America say success is right now? Well, generally, fame and money.
Sure.
Well, that value system's a little out of place. We try to talk to kids. It's not about the bigger thing is better always. I have that thing in the book about when you can, ask yourself if you want to before you do.
Yeah.
You get all these things. You and I grew up in ways where if you get offered something, you go, yeah, I mean, shoot, I never had the option before. And then you have to go, wait a minute, do I really like my jeans pressed? No, I don't.
Yeah. And also, I'm sure you've had the same experience I did, which is like, okay, I got all these things I thought were going to magically make me feel a certain way. And then I had those things and said, oh no, I still need purpose. I haven't given myself purpose. That me fucking saying lines in front of a camera ain't purpose.
Right. And I think that's the ongoing thing. I've got that Langston Hughes poem, America Yet, has really been sticking in my mind with so much about, not just for America, for the world, for each of us individually, to realize that we never arrive.
Right.
But if we just stay in the race and commit to the chase and go, we're trying to achieve the unachievable. And so just keep trying it, to stay on the adventure of it. And that's when, if you're a believer, that's where I think God's going, there we go.
Yeah, I think a lot of the general anxiety is the fantasy that we will achieve this utopia and then we will build a wall around it. But that is not how this is all working. Every single generation after us is going to want to take it somewhere else. And that's the given.
Yes, indeed.
You're awesome. Your fucking book is so well written and so fun to read. I cannot wait to finish it because I got to find out about the peyote in the cave. And
Is there an audio version?
Yeah, I did, and I do the audio version too.
That's great.
Oh, that's for me.
I perform a lot of those characters we were talking about.
That's
Let's give it a little
awesome.
extra color.
When is that out? The audio version?
I think the same date, October 20th.
October 20th. Okay. Oh, this is great. Oh, if I could hear you telling the stories I just read.
Yeah, it was fun to do the audio too. But thanks for talking about it, man. I quite enjoyed talking to you, and it's been too long since we sat around that lake and said we were going to do it, and here we are. And next time maybe we'll do it in person.
Yeah, can't wait. You're wonderful. We do have rhythm. I was right. And I can't wait to see you again next. All right.
Look forward to seeing you too.
All right. Be good, man.
Okay. Amen.
And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman.
Living your best life means being extra where it counts and skipping the extra where you don't need it. Like in your cleaning products. That's where Seventh Generation comes in. Their bio-based cleaning power delivers a powerful clean with nothing extra in the bottle. Need a dish soap that cuts through the tough grease? a detergent that tackles the worst stains and odors, 7th Generation handles it all without any dyes or artificial fragrances. Real clean doesn't have to come with a long list of add-ons. Upgrade to a powerful clean without anything extra. Look for 7th Generation dish soap and laundry detergent wherever you shop for your cleaning products.
Here we go. It is fact check. Fact check time at the Apollo.
I don't know that song.
That's not a song. I just put together a bunch of words and they barely went together.
I thought it was the song that you love from Lost in Translation.
Oh, midnight at the Oasis.
Oh.
Put your camel to bed. That one?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It creeps.
That's the one.
It gives me the worst feelings.
Ickies.
Really icky feelings. Because I think the woman was staring into Bill Murray's eyes while she sang that, quote, sexy song. And it just
Yeesh.
wasn't sexy.
Yeah, owie.
Boy, taking a big swing on being sexy is scary.
I know, but also like necessary,
You got to
right?
do it. You got to do it. But you got to figure out what is sexy and what is just too perverse.
Well, sexy is authentic.
How about this? Know your fucking audience. Well, yeah. Authentic is a great, thank you. That's probably the key.
Yeah, because if she was trying to be sexy, that's what's cringy.
Yeah, that's the rough part. Yep. Also, again, now on to step 2, which is less important, know your audience.
Agreed.
You know?
But if it's a stranger, in that case, it was a stranger, you can't know your audience. Wasn't it a
Well,
random
how about
hookup?
this? You go, midnight at the U. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? Like you would see pretty quickly and then you just try to play it off
Take
like
a
it was
turn.
a joke.
Okay.
Right?
I'm down with that. But then what if that guy, the audience, actually hates jokes? And so then you have to do, so take 3, okay?
Okay. Midnight at the Oasis.
Bad look.
I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? And can you imagine if I made jokes all the time? That would be the worst. I hate jokes. Let's fuck.
Okay. You handled that well.
Did I steer back?
Yeah. This was a parallel park situation.
Parallel park.
That was good.
Your buddy Callie's in town.
Yes. My BFF
You're Aaron Weekly.
is in town and it is lovely. And she's living in London.
London.
And I asked her for some intel about your theory on brake pedals. So we asked her about some intel about the brake pedal.
Because she's been there since January, so going on 10 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, I can't give specifics, but from what I heard,
It seems very true.
it seems a little true that the men.
Hard for you to admit.
I'm going to say a little true.
Okay, you leave a little wiggle room.
I don't know that it's that the women don't have a brake pedal, but it does seem like the men do have more of a brake pedal in the English culture than here.
And just act in general more of the role that a female would play here.
Conventionally, yes. Anyway, I just thought you'd find that interesting because we can never really find real data on that. And she's doing some research for us.
Yeah, we got a nice piece of anecdotal data that supported my theory. Did you take her to your new house?
I'm taking her today.
Okay. Can I tell you something that you have to get at your new house?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to get annoyed by this because I'm in love with the entire product line. But another thing, Delta Faucet.
Oh, tell me about
Okay.
part 3.
Listen, another thing Delta Faucets, is this glass rinser.
Oh, okay.
I got to say, maybe I've seen one at a restaurant
What does that mean?
before. Okay, well, let's just start with the problem, my complaint. And I know you have it too. You want to clean out a glass. You cannot get the sponge in there and your hand to get the corners, that seam where the base of the cup meets the walls of the cup. I have a particularly hard time doing it with our blender bottles that I shake up all my drinks in.
There's so much residue left.
Yes, and so what you do is then I resorted to getting this big, stupid, long scrubber. That doesn't work either,
No.
and it takes up way too much room on the sink. So then it's under the sink. The whole thing is a pain in the neck, and I hate it. The glass rinser, all you do, girl, is you set the glass upside down on this sprayer. The glass rinser has a super high-powered water jets, and it reaches every little corner. And all you do is, You just set it down and you look at the glass and it's spotless.
Oh my, I want that.
My coffee cups, another time that I really hate. I hate cleaning those coffee cups. Put it on the glass rinser, high power jets, done. Also, I really wish we had it when we had baby bottles. That was because I have so much anxiety that you really want to get your baby bottles clean, obviously, because your baby's drinking out of it. You don't want any gunk in there. And those are nearly impossible to clean because the mouth is so narrow.
Dang, these people are geniuses.
They're revolutionizing the kitchen. There's no question about it. They're also incredibly easy to install. You must have it at your new house, okay? And in fact, I'm getting one for sure when we build the new attic.
You are?
Absolutely.
We need that for our $2,000 mugs.
Well,
these expensive lefty mugs are just floating around this attic dirty.
They
I
are.
hate to say that.
Because we don't have a glass rinser here.
But we're going to get one.
Yes.
I'm going to take her there to the house.
Okay.
And then I would like to figure out a way for us to eat Houston's.
Oh, that's going to be toughy.
I might have to be a pickup, which doesn't sound fun.
Yeah. That's going to, oh. That reminds me, I bought a new car yesterday, a new old car.
Yeah.
And I had to ride my electric bicycle out because I didn't have anyone to get me.
You did?
Yeah. Well, because you have COVID.
I do not. Don't say that.
But you had Callie there and you had been tested, but the results weren't in yet.
Yes.
So I couldn't hang with you.
That's right.
So I had to ride my electric bicycle over to get this new car.
How far was it?
Well, it was out in Mount Washington, which is, I was not far from Pasadena. I could have just kept on going into Houston's.
Wow. That is a long way you rode your bike.
Well, I rode it even further when I dropped off my last purchase, the 454 SS, when I dropped that off farther away than the airport.
What?
Yes, you don't know that. I told you the story. And then I rode my electric bicycle back 26 miles through a war zone. And remember I was saying, oh my God, the city's got so many facets to it. Anywho,
I don't think I remembered it was that far. Jeez.
This was not far. This was only 5 miles. You know, the Houston's as the crow flies is probably only 7.5 miles from here. But, you know, through the highway system in LA, it can be a beatdown.
Oof.
Anyways, are you going to drive out there and get it?
I don't know. TBD.
We are not supported by Houston's. I just want to say that.
But we are mentally supported by Houston's because we love it so much and it brings us joy.
We do. I haven't eaten there in so long and it breaks my heart.
I know.
I like the environment. The food is off the charts, but the environment is really special. It's very sexy in there. That's where the woman could have sang that song and it would have worked. The context would have bolstered, would have buffeted, would have buttressed.
It would have
her
supported
performance.
her performance.
Mm-hmm. The lighting would be just musky enough that you'd be like, yeah,
like I'm into it.
Yeah. Put your camel to bed. Why does someone put their camel to bed? Does that mean you tuck it in? And
2 options. 1, you've misheard.
yeah, likely.
And 2, the camel cigarette. Put it out.
Oh, no, but an oasis exists in a desert where you ride camels across. It's clearly a Arabian Nights themed song.
Oh.
Midnight at the Oasis.
But
Put your camel to bed.
Could the Oasis be a club and it's saying lights out? What's it called? Last call.
Last call. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. Well, the only Oasis that was in my area growing up was the Standard gas station Oasis truck stop where Timothy McVeigh planned the Oklahoma City bombing. Do you know that?
For real?
For real.
Oh my God.
You know, because he's part of the Michigan militia.
Oh.
And this gas station was just 5 miles from my house.
Whoa.
Isn't
You
that
could have
bonkers?
stopped him.
I should have stopped it.
If you get to time travel,
Yeah.
I know you're going to go hang out with my grandma and do naughty things
Yeah.
that I won't want to hear about.
Although, remember, I amended that, and I really just want to take Brad Pitt back with me so that those two can make love and I can witness it.
That's true. But also, while you're like en route, can you stop Timothy McVeigh? Would you? Okay, this is well, first.
Oh,
What?
This is a trap, but go ahead.
Why is it a trap?
Because there's going to be an ethically correct question, and there's going to be what I'd really want to do question.
No. Do you feel like if you could time travel, you would go back and change something like that? Something big.
Man, it's always so hard to say.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't kill Hitler.
Yeah, it is hard to say because I think people will be mad at me.
That's
But it's
yeah.
like the movie Frequency. I don't know if you remember that movie with, I think, Dan Quaid.
Dan Quaid.
What's his name? I think it's Dan Quaid.
No.
Let me look
It's not. It's Daniel Quaid or Danny Quaid? Daniel Quaid. It's Daniel Quaid.
Okay.
And
so
his brother, Randy Quaid.
Dennis.
Oh, my God. Oopsies.
Sorry, Dennis.
Dennis is a great actor who I like a lot. So
He is
it's
very
silly that Great Balls of Fire. He played Jerry Lee Lewis. He's got a great body. He boxes. He's
You know everything about him, but his
he
name.
was married to your girl from You Got Mail
Meg Ryan.
for years. Yeah.
Really?
You got it.
You got mail.
You got it, Mail.
Okay. Well, Frequency. So in that movie,
he's communicating with his son
exactly,
over shortwave radio.
That's right. And he's dead. He's a firefighter and he dies at the beginning. So, of course, the son wants to stop that.
Oh, yeah.
And it turns out you shouldn't do that.
Or let's take a lesson from Back to the Future when Biff takes that sports almanac, like a list of victories, and then he becomes super rich, and then we can't.
Right.
Yeah. It's really hard to say because, World War II, it's hard. But all you'd have to do, you wouldn't have to kill Hitler. You'd have to go back and kill the assassins of Archduke Ferdinand. So then there'd be no World War I.
Right.
But here's the thing.
But then,
guess what? There probably would be a World War I. Like the Austro-Hungarian Empire probably would have invaded some shit. They had an excuse. I don't know. It's hard to know.
it's so hard to know.
But what if you killed Hitler and the second you stabbed him in the gullet, you vanished? Because somehow
That's
by
what happened.
killing him
That's right.
led to a different version of how we discovered the nuclear bomb.
That's right.
And maybe everyone had it at once. And then maybe it was all out nuclear assault the first time they were used. And maybe there's no humans here.
Exactly. That is a lesson from Frequency.
Mm-hmm.
You bring one person back to life, some other people go.
God, okay.
God, what a movie.
What a great tale. What a great lesson. I wonder how many people were like on the fence about whether they wanted to time travel or not. And they saw that and they go, well, that settles it. I'm not going to do it.
I mean, I kind of thought about it.
You did? Well, I would definitely time travel. I would just try not to tinker with anything.
Yeah, but you would if you brought Brad.
If you brought Broad Pitt.
If you brought him to my grandma, you're gonna vanish me if you do
Because
that.
you think she won't be able to get enough of it.
Well, obviously.
Is it that I'll vanish you, or you'll be even prettier because you'll have half of Brad Pitt's DNA in you?
It won't be me. You understand that, right? Like
It'd
person.
be you, exactly you, but you'd be better at riding motorcycles.
No. One time I think this is a thing kids think a lot. Like, I
Okay.
think I was telling Delta about this way too young. But she has a very big brain. She could understand it.
Yeah.
Not the faucet. Delta, your daughter.
Oh, right. We're not supported by Delta, the daughter, just so everyone
Well, we
knows.
are. Again, like we're supported by Houston's. We're supported by
Okay.
them emotionally.
Oh, okay, that's true.
So Delta, the daughter, said something about then that person would be my mom or dad or something. And I said, well, actually, no. If mommy had a baby with a different person, it wouldn't be you. It would be a new person that's a mix of mommy and that person, and it wouldn't be you.
Oof, that's a hard
She
one.
didn't care.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But anyway, so if Brad Pitt and my grandma engage in sexual activity,
Sexual congress.
which is likely.
Oh, God. If they saw each other.
Okay, here's the thing. This is how slight it is. Even if they do,
Mm-hmm.
and my grandpa and my grandma still have the same life, like just extra, just one night.
She has a little secret that
Yeah.
she keeps tight in her heart. And at night, she, maybe she lets the fingers do the walking.
Oh,
And remembers that evening with Brad Pitt, who arrived in a spaceship.
Fingers do the
that
walking is
used to be-
masturbating?
Well, it used to be a phone book saying for the Yellow Pages, let your fingers do the walking. And their logo was two fingers walking. Because people would go through the pages. They'd flick the pages like this, like.
Okay.
So I'm now using that. Please don't sue me, Yellow Pages, if you're in existence still. You could let your fingers do the walking.
Wow, it's a euphemism for masturbation.
For your grandma. For
Oof, okay.
granny
I don't want to
masturbation.
get
Granny-bation. I guess it'd be grandmasturbation. Grandmasturbation.
Yeah, grandmasturbation.
Grandmasturbation. It sounds like Grandmaster Flex a little bit.
It sounds a little.
Raunchy?
No, it sounds a little like white supremacist.
Grandmasturbation?
Something about
like
grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with all the clan members. They have those
Exactly.
goofy titles like Dragon Master and
Exactly.
Imperial Knight of the Seventh Kingdom.
But I guess I could also think of it in terms of Harry Potter. I'll think of it in that way.
Terrence Posner.
Yeah. So my grandma and Brad Pitt engage. Even if it's just one time random night, still the mix of egg,
Ovum?
the egg that would have been mixed up with my grandpa's sperm to make my mom.
No, hold on a second. She's not getting pregnant, but Brad, I'm going to tell Brad pull out. And we're going to visit
She's
her
not
in a
getting-
moment in her cycle where she's not ovulating. This is going to be.
I don't think
this
you
isn't
can
going to yield
plan
a
that.
baby. Oh well, of course you can plan that.
Listen.
That's how the birth
Not
control
a
pill works.
baby, not a baby, but what if because she has sex with Brad, she has a period, okay?
Okay, I don't know how that's going to affect that.
Yeah,
but go
because
ahead.
some eggs are going to get released during her period. Oh, you mean why does Brad?
Yeah.
Because, okay,
Brad
I'll tell you
can't-
why.
Hold on, Brad can't affect your grandmother's ovulation.
Let me tell you something about her
Okay.
period,
All
okay?
right.
When Brad comes over, it's a Friday night. She's going to start her period on Saturday.
Okay.
Okay. So she, instead of having sex with my grandpa to make my mother, she has sex with Brad.
No,
okay,
no.
Friday.
Okay, back up, back
and he
up.
pulls out. Everything's fine. Then he leaves. He comes back to 2020. And she has her period back.
Well, hold on. Just to be clear, he's coming back to 1997. I'm going to swing in and get Legends of the Fall, Brad Pitt to have sex with your
Oh,
grandma.
I'm sorry. I forgot
so
about
anyways,
that.
Just,
Okay.
yeah, I got a couple stops to make.
Okay. So then she has her period.
Mm-hmm.
So then after that, she has sex with my grandpa and makes a girl. But that girl's not my mom because my mom was the period egg.
That still, that doesn't make any sense.
I think it does.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah, because the egg that's coming out in one period is not the same as the more different eggs.
How does Brad Pitt affect grandma's cycle?
I told you this is so easy to follow.
Oh, you're saying that she had sex with Brad instead of on the day of conception?
Correct.
No. I can look up when Nirmala was born
Okay.
and I can backdate that and I'll get Brad in there before that moment. Okay? This
All
is
right.
so easy to do correctly without any butterfly effect.
Oh, yeah, butterfly effect, another one.
Yeah.
Man, this is a really well-worn thought experiment.
It is. Yeah.
I didn't,
We're
I
diving
didn't
into-
invent it.
We're diving into a lot of well-worn material.
All right. Well, Matthew McConaughey, speaking of movie stars, speaking of hot movie stars.
There's few people. Well, there's no one I would want to trade lives with. I like mine the most.
Yeah.
But if at gunpoint I was either going to dematerialize and never have existed or jump into someone's body,
Yeah.
he'd be high on my list.
What about Brad?
I think Matt's having more fun.
Wow.
I think he's having a lot of fun. I've met his wife. She's absolutely stunning and nice and smart and
Yes.
lovely.
Yes.
He lives in my favorite place already.
That's true.
He drinks successfully.
That's true. Yeah.
You could do worse.
You could.
He might. We
could
should,
definitely
by
do
the way, we should commit some real time to who would be our backup body.
Okay.
All right.
I like
So I'm throwing him in there right now. There might be others that end up passing him, but I can't
You
think of
like
one
him.
now.
I would trade bodies with. Well, it's not just trade bodies.
It's the
you're
whole.
them.
You're them.
Okay. If I'm them,
Bill Gates.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
She's passed.
Yeah. Oh, do they have to be alive?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't pick like Stalin.
Well, then I would have lived that life and I would have felt happy.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, not as Stalin, but
No, as
No.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think of someone alive.
yeah, thriving, comparable age, preferably.
Ooh, maybe Michelle Obama.
Oh, really good.
Yeah, that would be
and
a
you could
life.
sleep with your dream lover.
Yeah, and look, mine's the opposite of yours. I'm not picking a life that's easy.
I know you want to be proud of yourself, and I want to have
Yeah.
a great time. I feel like I'm already burdened with trying to do the other thing, and it seems nice to just have a good time.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, you don't want a good time.
No.
For a good time, don't call me. Although I know who you might be.
Ooh, who?
Michael Jordan.
Well, I hadn't thought about boys.
I might be Tom Brady.
Really?
Although I don't know, he's not having as much fun as McConaughey.
Jordan, I would not pick.
I might pick Zazie Beetz so I could stare at myself in the mirror all the time. I would never need to do anything but stare in the mirror.
You know who I'd pick?
Who?
Well,
Uh-oh.
I'd probably pick, I was going to say Jennifer Aniston, obviously.
Oh, yeah, you would have been on Friends.
I would have been on Friends
You would have
and married.
banged Brad
That's right.
Pitt.
Or Dave Chappelle.
You'd want to be him.
I would definitely want.
You'd be real proud of yourself if you were him.
I'd be so proud of myself. I'd be enlightened. I'd be magical. I'd be a genius. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, he seems to have a good time. He's been through the ringer, too.
He's been, and he made a decision of high integrity.
Mm-hmm. He navigated right out of it
I
into
love him.
calmer waters and weather.
I was thinking about him last night as I was falling into my slumber. And
Are you, is this a boy-girl difference? When you like someone that much, are you horny for them?
so I am not horny for Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
But I am
You want his respect.
more than anything. And I'm
Yeah.
never going to get it.
No. There's no, what would he be?
Hey, hey. Oh, no.
Well, I just don't think we do. The things that the people that he seems
I'm
to
gonna have to-
admire, hold on, are like really talented hip hop artists. That seems to be who he respects a lot. He hangs out with a ton of hip hop artists. That's why Talib's friends with him.
He hangs out with enlightened people.
Yeah, who also can slang great verse.
Well, no, Kim Bradley, no, and they're friends.
No, but he is a
He's
better
not
actor than us.
exclusive.
He's a much better actor than us.
Okay, I'm going to quit
Uh-oh.
everything.
Oh,
and
no.
then I'm going to start a new profession where Dave Chappelle will respect me.
Oh, well, we got to find out what it would be. He, of course, would respect you. I'm having fun. You don't do the things that I feel like he's drawn to.
He's probably not going to cross paths with me.
Yeah, I
No,
feel like
actually, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to will that into being.
Okay.
And we're going to be friends.
Okay, great. Would you be satisfied just being best friends with him, but he doesn't respect you?
No. I'd rather us not cross paths if that were the case.
All right, here's your options.
Okay.
One is he has the most undying respect for you. Like he's listened to all 250 episodes and he's like, this is the best woman on planet Earth and I never want to meet her.
Yeah.
Or you are best bros with Dave Chappelle. You hang with him, you go to his live shows in the cornfield in Ohio. He like runs material by you. You guys go out to eat. You get to hear all of his interesting points of view on every little topic under the sun. And you're besties. I think you would.
But listen, you think I'd pick the first one.
I do. And I think
and that's horrible.
it's just ego, I think.
But listen, that
Okay.
is ego.
Yeah.
But I'm also smart enough to know, which is why he respects me, because I'm smart enough to know this,
Okay.
that the situation you just laid out is impossible.
Why?
You can't be, he especially can't be, because he has such high integrity.
Mhm.
He can't be that close with someone, running material by them and not respect them. I have zero people in my life who are in my top
But in
tier
this
who I don't
scenario,
respect.
in this hypothetical I created,
Yeah.
that is the case.
Okay, well,
They're like, who do you love more than anyone? And he'd be like, Monica. Who's the most fun to be around? Monica. Do you respect her? No. That's how it goes.
my God.
Because like, what does that mean? Or respect her? I like her. That's what's important.
No.
Yes.
I hate this question.
I'm breaking through more stuff than your therapist.
I think I'd pick the second because he'd want me to pick the second and I'd gain his respect.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's the worst pick.
Okay, so I only have one fact for Matthew.
Okay, well, good, because we ate up all of his time with a bunch of hypotheticals about Brad fucking your mom, getting remarried
not
to
my
Jennifer.
mom.
I mean, your granddaddy. Grandiddles.
He's fucking over my granddaddy.
Grand masturbation, which maybe is racist.
yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
The glass sprayer is unparalleled.
Oh, yeah.
And okay, and now we're here to
And
the fact.
Dave Chappelle, in my
Yeah.
respect.
Or lack
Lies in the
thereof.
balance. Okay. Now, Laura sent me one fact. It's who is the real Little Mr. Texas?
Oh, wow. Is it known?
Listen, I can't find it, but I can find he was the runner-up.
Yes,
I
as
found
we
that.
learned. That's another thing I'd gain if I took over his life, is I would have been runner-up in a beauty pageant. I didn't have a shot at that in my real life. You couldn't find the real life Little Mr.
No,
Texas?
I saw a list of the people, but it didn't say who was the winner.
Oh.
And there were a few people who were like, my brother was in that pageant with Matthew McConaughey, but nobody is claiming
Well, because he was so
winnership.
disparaging about their advantage, their financial advantage. They're embarrassed.
Oh, man. I hope this leads to us finding out.
If you know the real winner of the Little Mr. Texas, is it Little Mr. Texas?
That's right.
I'm so sorry. If you are the winner, I don't mean to laugh at it.
1977.
If you're the winner of 1977 Little Mr. Texas pageant, and or you know who won, and better yet, if you're associated in any way and you can put us into contact with them, we'll interview them. I'll say that right now. We'll do it on a fact check, right?
Yes, we will.
But we need photographic evidence and shit. Not that you and I would know if it was faked or not.
Yeah, we're going to need some hardcore evidence. I'm going to run it by Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
And
he'll
he'll
know.
know.
He can sniff out a fake in a second. He doesn't respect you at all, but he wants to go on every vacation he ever takes in his life with you. All right. Well, look, we got to get Dave Chappelle on here, if for no other reason to settle this debate.
He is my number one guest.
That's a really good number one guest.
Thank you.
Yeah. Man, if for me, boy, between him and Bill Murray, that's a
tough one.
That's a Sophie's choice.
I get that. Oh, I never really wrapped this up real quick.
Sorry.
So he was on the Letterman interview show that's on Netflix. I watched it last night. So I went to bed. Dave Chappelle, not Bill Murray.
Right.
Dave Chappelle. And I went to bed thinking about him in my slumber. No, I was not horny for him.
Right.
That was
Thank
ding,
you.
ding, ding.
Mhm.
But I did think, wow, this person is an anomaly.
Okay.
And he's a gift to this earth.
Uh-huh. You think he's a
Don't
god?
laugh.
Oh well, I'm just you are teetering into deity status.
Well, no, I don't think he's
He
a
takes
deity.
shits and stuff.
Of
you know?
course,
Yeah.
of course. I don't mean that. And he doesn't want to be that. He
Yeah.
makes that very clear. He doesn't
Right.
want to be anyone's leader or anyone's anything.
He's not comfy with it.
But it's because of that.
Have I already aired my grievances against the Dalai Lama on here?
I don't know.
It's not the time or
need to
place.
do- yeah, I
Okay,
don't know.
all right.
I don't think we
okay.
should do that.
Okay.
All right. That's all.
I love you.
Love you.
Good night.